Today I'll be teaching you how to increase your computer's processing speed by replacing the RAM.
Hey.
This in return will make your computer faster so it could handle anything like heavy video content editing, like 4K videos for example, and also heavy duty gaming, the ones that require a lot of RAM in order to process all the information that's going on your computer.
Is that right?
Let's get started.
Oh yeah.
Keep in mind that not all laptops are built the same. Some require that you remove the whole back panel in order to even access the RAM on the inside. Some requires
Correction. Rest requires. It's required. No.
that you remove the screws off the back panel in order to lift up the back to remove the RAM. This one, however, all you have to do is take a screwdriver and unclip it. So just unclip the back panel and pull it open. So if you remove the back over here, all you have access to is the RAM sticks and the Wi-Fi card, nothing else. This one, however, gives you access to the hard drive, the Wi-Fi card, and the RAM stick slots. This mini laptop literally came with 1 GB of RAM.
What?
So today we're going to be replacing that because you can't do anything with this besides maybe surfing the web. This is 2017. You need at least 4 to 8 gigs if you plan on editing videos. 4 GB is the lowest you should go. 8 GB is up to standards.
What?
Now what RAM sticks are designed to do is actually store temporary memories inside of these chips over here. So when it needs access to it, all it does is revive the information that's already saved on this stick. The RAM and hard drive could actually work together in order to process things quicker.
Wow.
That's freaking amazing. I'm not sure who thought about this idea, but you are one of a kind. DDR3 RAM is a type of synchronous dynamic RAM that is used for system memory. DDR3 RAM is similar to DDR2 RAM, but uses roughly 30% less power and can transfer data twice as fast. That was a mouthful. Now, I recommend when searching for RAM that you, first of all, type in exactly what's on the RAM, but instead of 1 GB, look for something like 4 GB or 6 GB, depending on what you plan on doing. If it's just studies or doing research, 4 GB of RAM would be perfectly fine. There will be no lag whatsoever on your computer. However, if you do plan on doing heavy editing, then I recommend bumping it up to about 4 GB to 8 GB. 4 GB will be somewhat laggy, but doable. 8 GB will be no lags whatsoever. You could even bump it up to 16 gigs. But that's for the pro level. I'm currently at 8. So this is a 4 GB stick RAM I had lying around. I'm not sure if this is the same as DDR3. All I know is it's pretty much universal for any laptop I stick it into, depending on the connection. So for example, on this laptop, this connection matches this. So I'm just able to stick the RAM card in there. I don't think I ever really have to worry about compatibility issues. When I stick this RAM card into a computer, it works every time. It's usually compatible. Anyways, we're gonna stick the 4 GB RAM stick in there. Oop, wrong way. Make sure the little cutout matches the nudge on the RAM slot. Done. The last thing you need to do is slap on the back panel, just like this. Let me see here. Wrong way. Yeah, that way. And this one just clips on. Some require that you screw it back in place. Alright, let's try it out. So I assume this is what happens when the RAM stick isn't compatible, because all I'm getting is a beep. Nothing else on the screen is showing up, just a beep. So that universal RAM card I was talking about may not be so universal after all, because this is the first time I'm facing something like this. So it is not compatible. It may be way up to standards compared to this laptop, or the laptop can't handle more than 1 GB. That's probably why there was a 1 GB stick in there to begin with. So we're going to remove the 4 GB and place the 1 GB to see if it does power on. If it still doesn't, then the RAM stick wasn't the issue. So unclip the back panel. Okay. Remove the 4 GB stick RAM. Alright. And place the 1 GB back in here. Let's see if the device powers on. Still beeping. Alright. Let's power off. There you go. Let's try that again. Power on. It was indeed a compatibility issue because it just powered on right away. So like I said before, make sure you type in the correct name that's on the RAM stick, but instead of 1 gigabyte, get some like 4 to 8 to 16 gigabytes. If you want your computer to be faster, the higher the number, the faster your computer processes the information. That pretty much wraps it up for this video, guys. It's been GD here from Get Fixed, and I'm out. Peace.